Hi YouTubers, I'm going to be doing Story Hour Fairy Tales Gameplay Part 1. Since I did the other one, I gotta do this one. So I guess without further ado, we'll do this one, which is also public domain.
Snow White. A long time ago, in a magical land far away, lived a king and a queen in a castle on a hill. The king and queen were happy together for many years, but they longed for a child of their own. Finally, one winter day, their wish was answered.
It's the same style as before. Press the A button to find something or use something.
On a beautiful day, as snow blanketed the land outside the window, the king and queen's daughter was born, and the kingdom rejoiced. With skin as white as snow, lips as red as rubies, and hair as black as ebony, they decided to call her Snow White. Shortly after Snow White was born, the queen died, and the whole kingdom mourned. One year later, the king married a new queen. The new queen was nothing like Snow White's mother. She was terribly evil and filled with jealousy. The new queen considered herself a tremendous beauty and could not bear the idea that anyone could be more beautiful than her. She kept a magical mirror in the basement of the castle, and every so often she would ask the mirror the same question.
Can you help the queen wipe dust from the mirror? Point at the dusty areas with the Wii remote and hold down the A button to clear it all away.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about.
There's an awful lot of dust. Keep at it. I think I can see a reflection. Most of the dust is gone. Wonderful job. Now it's time to ask the mirror a question.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, the queen would say, who is the fairest of us all? And every time she asked this question, the mirror would reply, you are the fairest of them all. Much time passed. Seasons came and went, and Snow White grew from a pretty child into a beautiful young woman. Once again, the queen visited the mirror in the basement and asked the same question as she had so many times before. Mirror, mirror on the wall, the queen said, who is the fairest of us all? However, this time, the mirror's reply gave the queen a nasty shock. Queen, you are fair, it is true, the mirror said. But Snow White is fairer still than you. The proud queen, now knowing that she was no longer the most beautiful woman in the land, was filled with envy and hate. The queen was driven mad with jealousy. She could not sleep or even eat, and so she decided to banish Snow White from the kingdom. The queen called for a huntsman and told him to take Snow White through the deep forest on the edge of the kingdom and abandon her in the neighboring lands. The huntsman led Snow.
So it seems only fair I should do this one and then the other three.
12 dancing princesses. A long time ago, in a magical land far away, lived a king who had 12 beautiful daughters. They lived in a magnificent castle overlooking a lake, and all the princesses slept together in the same bedroom. All their beds were lined up side by side, and when they went to bed each night, the king locked and bolted the door to keep them safe. However, every morning when the king unlocked the door to wake up his daughters, he found their shoes were worn out from dancing. Nobody could ever tell him how the princesses had left the room. The king lay awake at night, trying to work out how the princesses got out of the castle to go dancing. Worried that they could be in danger, he decided that he had to do something about it.
Yeah, so that was that story, and then I'll show you this one, and then the other one, which is basically
Cinderella.
similar to the Tangled, the video game that I did a long time ago.
A long time ago, in a magical land far away,
Jinx.
lived an old man and his daughter. The young girl's name
I said the same
was
thing
Cinderella.
a long time ago.
The old man's wife had died many years back, and he had recently been remarried. His new wife was a cruel, evil woman with 2 daughters who acted just like she did. Cinderella's stepsisters picked on her because she was much prettier than they were. Cinderella's new mother was also jealous of Cinderella and made her do all of the dirtiest, most boring jobs in the house, while her stepsisters sat around eating cakes.
Can you help Cinderella clean all the soot off the rug next to the fireplace? Point at the sooty areas with the Wii remote and hold down the A button to clear it all away. That's a good start. My, so much soot. Wonderful job. This rug never looked so good.
Poor Cinderella was made to sleep alone in the cold attic above the rest of the house.
That was that, and then this one was actually adapted into, you know, the,
A long
I
time
think the
ago,
video game.
in a magical land far away, lived a husband and wife who for many years had wished in vain for a child. They lived in a small cottage on the edge of a beautiful forest, overlooking a splendid garden that was full of the prettiest flowers and herbs in the whole kingdom. However, the garden belonged to an evil enchantress who was feared across the land, and she had built a high wall around it, which nobody dared to climb over. One day, the wife was sitting in her bedroom.
Yeah,
when She
okay.
decided to open the bedroom window and look outside.
There might be some background noise, but I
Can
don't
you
care.
help the wife? Point to the window latch with the Wii remote and press the A button to open it so she can look outside. You opened the window for the wife. Well done.
After opening the window, the wife found herself looking at the enchantress's garden, where she saw a bed of the most beautiful lettuce growing in the soil. Every day, the lettuce would catch the wife's eye, and every day she wondered how it would taste. Her desire to eat some of the lettuce grew and grew until she could think of nothing else, and she started to look quite pale and miserable. Her husband saw how sickly she had become and asked her what was wrong. "If I don't get some lettuce from the enchantress's garden," she replied, "then my sickness will only become worse, and I may die." The husband, not wanting to see his wife sick, decided that he would sneak into the enchantress's garden and bring her back some of the lettuce. The following night, when the moon was high in the sky, the husband made his way to the garden and tried to decide how he would get to the lettuce.
The husband needs your help. Can you help him? Point to one of the ways into the garden with the Wii remote and press the A button to select it.
The husband nimbly climbed a tree near the wall, carefully inched his way onto a thick, outstretched branch, and dropped down into the garden. Once in the garden, the husband looked at the beautiful flowers and herbs, more beautiful than any he had ever seen before, and finally found the lettuce.
Can you help the husband get some lettuce leaves? Point to the lettuce leaves with the Wii remote and press the A button to pluck them off. This lettuce sure looks good. Just a little more. That should be enough. Time to head back to the cottage.
Yeah, so I guess that's it for today and everything. So yeah, peace out, bye bye. Yeah.